Hello and welcome to a brand new video. I'm actually live at the moment and it's really just a pilot. I'm testing out a new series which is going to be called YouTube, which sounds a bit weird when I say it back. Sounds like a sort of hospital drama or something, but it's nothing to do with tubes. It's just basically all about your comments, and in particular reading through them and just getting a little bit of dialogue going with you and getting some of your opinions from all the comments that you leave under the videos, because it's just really hard to go through and just respond to each one, even though we do read every single one of them. So anyway, so we're going to do this and I'm sort of testing this out. So at the moment, I don't even know if my levels are, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what my mic levels are like. This is the first time doing this. So we do have a little chat thing over the other, which side it is, how you look, I don't know, but I can see a chat thing there. So if somebody can let me know if my levels are all right, that would be very, very much appreciated. Anyway, it's all about your comments. So earlier on, we released a video on Manuel Pellegrini. It's all been Pellegrini all day, hasn't it? Anthony, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for that. It's been Pellegrini all day. So earlier on, I did a video and there's loads of comments. There's 100-odd comments on there. So I just want to go through them all, discuss them. Yeah, well, let's just go to it. So I'll tell you just now, I'm on my laptop and I'm just clicking onto the Manuel Pellegrini video that I uploaded this morning. So I was a bit miserable during it, and I couldn't quite decide whether I thought it was a good idea or whether it was a bad idea. And I've sort of started to go with the flow a little bit more today. So I'm feeling a little bit more upbeat about it, a little bit more positive. I think all the videos and all the news, and I've got a bit whipped up. Do you know what I mean? A little bit more excited. Anyway, let's start with a few of your comments. So Joe Newman, first of all, thank you very much, mate. We'll start off with Craig Welsh. I'm just doing these in, I've got a little button which I can sort the comments by newest first. So we've got Craig Welsh, who says a really good hire, talking about Pellegrini, of course. He'd have liked him at Arsenal. So obviously, I guess Craig is an Arsenal fan. He says he thinks the Hammers will have a much better season this time around. And he said, wait a flipping Gary Barlow concert. Now that was in reference to something I said about Gio going to a Gary Barlow concert. I may have fibbed. I may have fibbed. I think it was a Ronan Keating one. Next up, we got Flight Time. He says, he says, fair play, Gonzo, for admitting you don't watch many other games. I don't. I don't pretend to be an expert. I'm not. That's why he likes his channel. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Who knows at this point if you'll fail or succeed? Talking about Pellegrini, he says from his point of view, he's taken a pay cut to manage us, which he's saying that tells him that he thinks Pellegrini's up to the challenge. He says he may not be young. He has a wealth of experience. In the next 3 seasons, he can steady the ship and move us upwards. He goes on to say, and for what you remember, Man City, he seemed a man of integrity. So I think he's right. He goes on to say that he thought he handled it really well with Pep taking over. So I think he does seem to be a good man, doesn't he? He really does. I like the cut of his. I quite like the cut of his jib, and maybe we need a bit of stability, a bit of integrity. He's just also says he's hoping Lanzini doesn't play a blinder in the World Cup. Don't we all? I sort of hope on that we're I don't know, with a new manager there and playing a sort of more expansive style of football, maybe Lanzini's going to want to stick around. Who in their right minds, an attacking player, would want to play under Moyes? And that sort of boring football, when you're having 30% of the ball, you just got no time to express yourself. And attacking players or players with flair are just not want to play in that sort of environment. Having said that, I don't think defenders would have found it much fun playing under his system, because the ball just keeps coming back at you, doesn't it? So, yeah, the Lanzini one's going to run and run. I think it's pivotal. We can build the team around him. What we got in the comments? We've got the live comments here. A buzzing, Anthony Wallace buzzing for the season, 32x. Is that 32x or 32 times? He watches all our videos, always comments. Thank you, mate. Yes, indeed. Right, let's move back on to the YouTube comments. Stephen Spraggs, thank you very much. Michael Corleone, not the real one, obviously. I says, well, there's no real one, is it? That's just Al Pacino playing someone in the Godfather movies. Anyway, what does he say? He says, why did Real and Man City both dump him? Dour, dull. Mike Parry described him The two Mike, Mike Perry described him to a T on Saturday on the two mics. Didn't watch it. They annoy me, those two. Mike Parry and the I don't know. Someone to tell me. The two mics on TalkSport, they annoy me. West Ham cannot support him financially in the transfer market. Also belongs to an old school, just like Jose. Mate, he's a dinosaur. Michael doesn't like him. He's in the age of the young and tactfully astute managers. Guess we'll be signing some Man City pensioners with a kitty provided. After, I think he meant to put a number in there, but after X amount of months, he'll be gone. Eddie Howe, Eddie Howe, Eddie Howe. That's what Michael Corleone says. He's not impressed, is he? JGM, he says, you're bang on the money, Gonzo, referring to the video, obviously. He said, also, Gio is dead to me. Gary fucking Barlow, he says. Come on, you Irons. Yeah. Listen, about the Gary Barlow thing, he went to he's went to see the Rolling Stones and the Gallagher, you know, the slightly less talented one, you know, the one that doesn't play the guitar and write the songs, the other one. Beck, I can't say that. Beckington Limited, maybe. Brilliant news. He'll deliver. He's a gem. Look after him. Thank you. Block 141. Hello, mate. How are you? Nice to see you. Barrington Davis. He says, a simple question. If he hasn't got the drive and ambition, why would you take a pay cut to come here? Why not sit on your 12 million and retire? I don't know. If I had 12 million, I would definitely sit on it and retire. I wouldn't sit on it. I'd spend it and retire. That's definitely what I would do. Crikey. This is a long name. It's numbers. Have a look. If you have a look at the messages, the comments underneath the video I did, I think it just says Gonzo on Pellegrini. I released it this morning on the other channel, on the Hammers Chat channel. This is the Hammers Chat forum channel, in case you're confused. His name is A4D7B4B57FS6. He says, you really need to do your research on Pellegrini. Well, that's a bad start, mate. I mean, you've come to the wrong place if you're expecting research and expertise. I can assure you that I am very, very unresearched. He was stuffed. How did they say that? By China Fortune? He signed for them in August 2016. And just before the season started, in March 2017, the Chinese league limited their teams to 3 foreigners. I see what you're saying here. Okay, so I guess he was signed up with the expectation in China that he could bring loads and loads of players over from Europe, and then he couldn't. So I guess what he's saying is he had to have 8 Chinese players in the team. Anyway, he says that's not what he signed up for. Heb are the 7th wealthiest club in China, and that pretty much reflects their position and the table at present. Whatever the story, shitboard, small transfer budget, blah, blah, blah. We still need a manager, and there's no one better available. Makes a good point here. Ferguson was 70 when he quit after winning the title, for fuck's sake. So this old man stuff is a load of bollocks. Swearing twice in the same sentence, which is always excellent. He's 15 years older than Bilic. But you wouldn't have that useless cockwomble. But you can't say cockwomble. You can't. Useless cockwomble back. What do you fans suggest? Just keep moaning about the dildo boys and have a caretaker manager until they quit. Why would you have gone for Fonseca? He's talking to me, obviously, because it's my video over Manuel Pellegrini. He's done nothing. Benitez's teams played crap football last season. Why would any fan want him? Well, there's some. You started off some really good points. You got really angry then, but I guess I don't know. I just fancied the younger manager. It just seemed like the right thing at the time. Hopefully Pellegrini proves my initial instinct wrong. I'm not, what do they call it these days? I'm not hating on Pellegrini. I hope he does well. But at the time, when I was given the choice of 4, I fancied Fonseca. He looked like, I just fancied someone from left of field. Pellegrini's not left of field. Everyone knew about him. There you go. Let me just click back on the, hello, blimey, the old chat, the live chat's gone mad. 42 people are watching. I've been banging on for 9 minutes and 28 seconds. Anthony Wallace, don't go to sleep. Potentially Mickey Smith, potentially Pellegrini is an amazing signing. And one that could take West Ham to the direction we all want to go. Let's hope so. Interesting, this is Tony. Tony says interesting that Pellegrini wants to address defence as Moyes wanted to. Yeah, well, it's going to be very interesting to see who he signs in it. That's going to be I mean, the rumour was, I read on Claret and Hugh earlier that maybe he was happy with the striking situation, wouldn't be unhappy with that. And Arnautovic, Hernandez, Lanzini, hopefully, as we discussed earlier, sort of floating around in behind. He's going to need some people to provide that. We need some energy in midfield. And I think certainly would like a winger. What's going to happen with Antonio? That's a real interesting one. But certainly he's going to need some players in the midfield area and wide. And obviously, we're in defence as well. So I think anybody can see we might need a defender there, Tony, certainly. Some people will never be happy, Just Stu says. Pellegrini's Claret and Blue Army. West Ham Jordan, hello, mate. Loving the streams and videos. Thank you, Jordan. He's very happy about this appointment. Anthony's happy. Tom, hello, mate. Tom Ball. What would constitute success for next season? Tom has done a video on this channel. It's the one that just precedes this. Go and listen to what Tom has got to say. He's moving out at the moment, so he did really well to post a video to us. Tom, same as always, mate. I'd be happy with mid-table and a cup run. I just want to go to that stadium and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? I just want to go there, and you've been down the boats. We've had a pint before the game, mate. I just want to go down and walk into the stadium thinking we're going to attack, not worry about the opposition, always being scared stiff about what the opposition are going to do. I don't like that. I just attacking, something more in the West Ham traditions. I really like I said in the other video, two strikers really appeals to me. If we can get that going, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. Let me have a sip of my tea. Sorry. Hello, Clayton. All right, mate. Like myself, Pellegrini wouldn't have been Clayton's first choice. There's no denying he's got the credentials. West Ham Jordan, how can you get a video? You want to say your feelings about his appointment. You want to do a your shout. We call it a your shout. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is below. So just look in the comments. There's a link, and it says info@hammerschat.com. That's info@hammerschat.com. And all you've got to do is you just got to send the video. I think Tom today, he did a wee transfer and he sent it over to us. If you have any trouble, just contact us on Twitter. You contact me on @GonzoBigNose on Twitter as well. You just come straight to me rather than the generic Hammers Chat site. We get quite a lot of obviously inquiries and bits and pieces through there. So if you do that, that's fine. But just record yourself on your phone and then just send it through. If you're having trouble, contact me. Tom had a bit of trouble today and we found a way through. We always find a way through. Worst comes to worst, you WhatsApp it to me and I'll upload it. But I do actually want more people to contribute. I want to upload your videos. This channel was about two things. This Hammers Chat forum channel. Number one, because Hammers Chat is based and we started with a forum, so it was all about getting people to have their say. I've been on forums since 2003, so we like a lot of opinions. So it's about getting people's opinions. So hear what you've got to say, which is what this show's about. You upload your videos as well. And also some creativity. So we get Mike, we get Canning Town Len. If someone's got something creative to do in the world of West Ham, then this sort of showcase channel. Anyway, please do that, mate. Get in touch with me if you're struggling on that at all. What we got? No worries, Jordan. Gonzo, is it fair we judge Pellegrini after one season, or as Trev says, after three? We need a bit of stability. I'm setting my sights really low on this one. And all I really want is that he doesn't fail miserably. So if actually we get some good football and we're just not flirting with relegation, I'll be happy with that. And I just think he can continue to build after that. Just some of the football we've been served up is terrible. And we all know what the stadium's like. It's so far away from the pitch. We need something that we're going to be able to feast our eyes on as well. And if we've got that and we're there or thereabouts, then I won't mind. Honestly, you won't hear me complain, particularly if we're going for the cups as well. Hammer 1999, Masuaku as a left back or left midfield for Pellegrini. Really interesting, actually. I was thinking that the other day. I think we might see him as a left winger, but it depends what formation he's going to play. It's going to be very, very interesting to see really what formation he is. What he is going to do. Is he going to go with that 4-4-2? Is he going to go with two strikers? It's going to be interesting to see what happens in those first couple of friendlies, I think. I don't know what we got. Sorry, I just know. Jordan, he doesn't have Twitter. Very wise. Very wise, Jordan. Can you send to me via Facebook? We'll have to work that one out, mate. Send it to the email, info@hammerschat.com. If you email us on there and just say, look, hello, it's Jordan from the YouTube chat, we'll work it from there, mate. All right, and then we'll talk. Vinay, hello, mate. Hernandez will stay. Well, we hope so, doesn't he? Okay. Does the fact that Pellegrini said he's not interested in Torre and wants pace? So we say that, has he said he's not interested in Torre? I don't know. I've not read every article. I hope he's going for pace. Ryan the Iron, Gonzo, give us a wave. Ryan, that's a bit, waving is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit, there's no, I don't want to do a wave and then look like Dele Alli, do you know what I mean? Because he's got a real girly wave. And the last thing I want to do on the internet, see, I'll pick my nose, but I don't want to do a girly wave. Right. These are going really fast, these chats now, which is great. I'm going to jump back onto the other one, which means I'm not looking at the chat now. So I just want to deal again with the other comments that are on it. Jem Del Rio, is that how we say it? He says, a great video, mate. As you say, fingers crossed. He'd like so much to see Chicharito and Arnautovic playing together as a pair of West Ham strikers. He's absolutely right. I think all of us, I think many of us like to see that. We've got a world-class finisher on our books, haven't we? So we want to see this. This is what we want. We want to see us getting the best out of him. Pellegrini just got to make him feel loved. And I'll tell you what, we'll have a hell of a player on our hands. He posted that twice. That's how thrilled he was with that. Jazzy B says, be positive. Jazzy B, I wonder if that's like the old soul-to-soul thing. Anyway, Scott Bloomfield, Kitson and Hartson. He's absolutely right, because that's going back to speaking about the two strikers. He says he's got a decent record in South America. Mike Smith is very excited about the move for Pellegrini. He really rates him. Although he takes into account what I was saying about mistrust about the owners. They need to earn that respect, don't they? They trust and respect. You can't demand it. You got to earn it, and it's been damaged so far. So they need to earn it back. Preserve Big Cats, quite right, great name, and one I wholeheartedly agree with. Won't an upside to the Pellegrini signing have a positive effect on world-class players coming to West Ham United? Great point. Pellegrini is going to be able to attract people. People are going to sign off the back of him. It's not the same as having, as I said earlier, a Sam McWarnock at the club, and the foreign players are going to go, who's this bloke? People will know who Pellegrini is. Sean B, exciting times. Certainly is. Fremer, 007. To be fair, the three options, Pellegrini, Emery and Rafa, I think first mentioned it is more of a gamble than the others. He said he thought Pellegrini was more of a gamble. He'd have loved Emery. We know Emery's going to Arsenal now. My showbiz name comments on everything we do. Writes very, very long comments afterwards, which I really, really appreciate. He says, as for Pellegrini, he was of the same opinion as me when I mentioned a few days ago. We won the league with Man City. As he says, everyone wins the league with Man City. We knew he was old when he went to China. Has he lost his desire? And then what I think that was what he's saying. Those were his opinions. Very long post. I'm not going to read all of it out there. But I just going to skip down to the bottom. I think those were his early opinions. And then what he's saying is that when it seemed likely he would get the job, he dug a little deeper. He started to look for positives, because ultimately he becomes a man we support. Which, right, when someone comes in, you got to get behind him. So you start to appreciate how he did with comparatively sized teams in Spain with not a great deal of money. You watch and read interviews to get a better understanding of the man. And the poster's saying that he stumbled across the same video that I saw. It's called The Coach's Voice. That's great. I mean, great point. Thanks for posting that. I was exactly the same. Let me click back to the main chat now. Crikey, let's scroll down. I was reticent. I wasn't happy with it. And I saw these videos, which I sort of mentioned in the other one, and they were coaching seminars, and he spoke so passionately about the game. He spoke so passionately about his style. You remember, you watch Michael, or anyone who watches Mike on Monday, Mike's always talking about a philosophy, a stamp of identity that West Ham should have. And I do think that he will give us that. I do think he's going to say, this is how I play. Here's my team. Go out and win, and let the opposition worry about us. And I think the poster, Mr. Showbiz, there is quite right. We don't need to worry about these other teams. And when you do scratch a little bit deeper, and when you do overcome your initial skepticism, there are a lot of positives in this appointment. I think a lot of people are getting behind it. We're just waiting for the transfers to start rolling. Back to the live chat. Tell you what, Jordan, he feels like this will unite the fans again, providing he gets backed. Fan base is split. Fan base, we argue amongst ourselves quite a lot. I don't think so. I think it's just us. I don't think social media helps. Social media is a funny one. It's all right for me. I can sit here and I can talk for however long I want to get my point across. But social media in particular is hard because you get a set amount of characters, and sometimes you might want to have a little rant on it, and you find yourself having to shorten your message and stuff like that, and it don't always come across properly. That's why we do forums. Forums are great. You can write a page and make your point, and it just comes across a lot better as well. So I just feel that fan base being split. It's it's just the way of the world. But we don't become Arsenal, do we? You look at them. What a load of muppets they are, the way they carry on, by the way, all their fans. He says from the comfort of his cupboard. And anyway, right, so Clayton, he doesn't know why people are making a statement. He did it in Spain on low budget. Is that untrue? His first season in Spain, he spent the equivalent of 60 million. Did he really? Ryan told a joke. Where'd you weigh Wales? At the railway station? Oh, that's a Jonathan Wass one, that one, really. Corky is looking forward to seeing Hernandez used correctly. He'll bang at least 20 next season. Well, I'd love to see it. We'd all love to see it. It's a man. They say about the management, don't they? You know, some people need the old iron fist in a velvet glove. Some people need a rollicking. Some people need to be loved. Some people need an arm around their shoulder, and I certainly think that Chicharito is one of those as well. I hope he is not so dismayed at the whole West Ham experience that he wants to leave. I hope he sticks around, and I think everything we've seen with Pellegrini seems like such a charming man that he can hopefully persuade him to stick around. I'm sure that will be the case. Cal Noor, he says he likes his appointment. He's now thinking, was this Sullivan's plan all along? Has our squirrel of an owner been stashing his little nuts away for the last few seasons because he knew he'd have to offer a decent manager a sizable transfer budget? What do we think about that? Did Sullivan just not want to spend any money on Bilic because he didn't have any faith in him? Did he not want to give Moyes any money, as has Cal Noor suggested? He'd been stashing his naughty little nuts away like a squirrel and saving all his money for the right manager to come in. I guess time will tell because we won't know if he's going to spend. Raymond Dixon thinks it's a good step forward. The proof of the pudding will be in the eating. He's absolutely right. If Liverpool were to offer, again, it says 0 million. I think we've got a problem here with when people type numbers. I keep getting noughts on there, but clearly he doesn't mean if Liverpool were to offer 0 million for Lanzini. He would bite their hands off, and he would buy Mario and Shaqiri. I think it's Shaqiri. That's a bit. He's a feisty one. He's a randy little bugger, that fella. I'll tell you. Would you swap anyone there? Where's the live chat? Where are you? Hold on. Still getting used to this. Would anybody here swap Lanzini for Mario and Shaqiri? Straight swap. One player for two. What are we saying? Go on. Let's see. Let me just jump back. We'll have a look at those comments in a second. Joshua Ryan Strower, thank you, my friend. Very nice. Chaos Type R. If he's not back to shit, it's the van. Michael Cadwalada. Have I got it right? Hopefully, Michael. Sorry. We all better hope that Pellegrini manages Arnautovic well. Watch this space. Tony Lawns, there's no pleasing the naysayers. They're never satisfied, so can't please everyone. There you go. I think, well, obviously it's directed to me. Victor Fenn, did Gio throw his pants at Gary Barlow? He definitely did. And they weren't even fresh ones, Victor. It's disgusting behaviour. What we got here? Anthony Wallace is looking forward to coming over from Australia. Christmas, New Year. We'll see you on the boats. Please do, mate. Let us know in advance. We meet loads of people on the boats. We didn't know anyone when we started doing this. We know loads of people now, so we'll just come down the boats and we'll make merry, sing songs, get drunk and walk to the boats together. We have a really, really good time. Nice barbecue. And you don't have to get drunk, by the way. When I've got my kids at me, I don't. So anyway, right. Absolutely not, Matt. Absolutely not. He doesn't understand why anyone want to sell Lanzini. Corky says no, Lanzini will shine. Clayton, keep Lanzini. Tom, he wouldn't. He really liked Mario, but he thinks Lanzini will flourish. I think Lanzini's going to be a world-class player, isn't he? You know, I don't know how many chances he's going to get in the Argentinian team. I don't follow. I know they got Messi and some others. Di Maria. Do you see how much I know? I know nothing. But will he get in the team? Aguero. Struggling. Don't send me in the Argentinian players' names. Scots don't wear pants. They don't. They dirty. They wear their dresses and they. It's not right. Not right. Quite uncomfortable as well if you don't wear pants. Hey, Gonzino. I like Gonzino. Hello, Jezza. Shaqiri is as consistent as Lanzini, so Mario would be a bonus. Hixiffy says that. Sean James. Hello, Sean. That would result in yet another international player lost. Jezza says Mario's not worth it. I think if Sullivan saved all his nuts, we can afford Mario and Shaqiri. Clayton, would you have that? Lanzini, Shaqiri? I've just made up a player. Shaqiri. He sounds good, doesn't he? He sounds good. He can play left, right, and sing. I like him. What we got here? We've got Joshua. We've done Joshua, I think, haven't we? But anyway, thank you very much. If we haven't, John Kedwood says, check his birth certificate. I don't have it, but he thinks he's in his 80s. Seriously, though, good luck to the fella. John lived in Chile during the 90s, and he saw Cadolicia. Is that how we say it? And Lalu. Was that Teletubby? They saw them play a lot. Anyway, he's a fan. He's a fan. That's the long and short of it. Golf Pro 27. I'll tell you what, I am the furthest removed from a Golf Pro you could possibly get. Very bad at golf. He's looking forward to some attacking football next season, and hopefully Chicharito as well. Scott Bloomville says, please not Rondon. Expensive mistake if it goes wrong, says Martin Sheridan. Great point. Listen, we are not getting rid of this fella anytime quick if it fails. There's no payoff for this guy. England's number one, Gary Barlow. Shocking news. Lost all credibility. He goes to Gary Barlow concerts and he doesn't wear pants because he throws them at Gary Barlow and Robbie Williams. Ronan Keating as well. John Wall, by the way, your audio is really crackly and sounds terrible. Sorry, John. Sorry, I will look at that. That's not now. I think he's talking about the previous video. So, sorry, Bado. We know Bado. He come on the boats. Hello, mate. Thank you very much. He's always on the forum as well. You can speak to him on there. He don't expect miracles, he said, but he just wants to approach the games in the right way. Kevin Mole can't believe that we've got Pellegrini. He said we've got a great manager. Timothy says, here's one of the videos that I was describing. So if you look down the list, thank you, Timothy, for posting that. There's one of those tactical videos that I said Pellegrini had done. Oh, Robert Michael said Pellegrini got lucky at City, only won the league because the other teams flopped. Cy Beeks, it was exactly the same. He was for Rafa, but he's gone. He's turned it around. He'll say one thing. Arnie and Chicha up front, Lanzini just behind. Is what Pellegrini will do. Now the work starts for Mr. Sullivan. Yeah, there's a real chance here. Sully, I think he just wants Sully to do the right thing and to do just to support the manager. He says that I'm right. Thank you very much. In as much as when I said it should have happened 2 years ago. But he says Sully can learn by his mistakes. The thing about 2 years ago is all the stuff that's happening now, we were promised when we moved. That was really my point. Gary Nottage. I think that's a French version. It might be Nottage. It's spelled like cottage. Cottage. No, Gary, I don't know how to say your name. I'm going with Nottage, mate. He says, great gaffer. We'll spend money this time and he'll get the gems which don't cost 30 million. He thinks he's going to be able to shop around and bring some people through. El Chos, they called him El Inegrero. I don't know. Terrible. I've slaughtered that. He might not be a long-term solution for you, but indeed is way better than Moyes. Pellegrini's system is perfect for you guys, and we loves playing 4-2-2-2, which would be perfect to pair Anatovic and Chicharito. Very exciting. Thank you for that. I do actually like it when other fans, unless they come on and are trolling and they're nasty and I say nasty stuff. I don't like that. I slag West Ham. I've done that, but I do like it when other fans come on and give us a little bit of insight. It's what we can expect, and you're very welcome. Michael Farrow says, what frustrates me so much about our club is that we're probably 7th to 10th biggest club in the country by various measures. I think he's basically saying we've batted below our level, really. He said essentially we're the 10th highest on average league position over the last 50 years, whilst being run by spivs, cheapskates, and incompetence. However, people like Alan Shearer judge us based on that horrendous ownership. Thank you. I'm going to go back to that a second. Let me just pop that a second. Please hold on. I'll deal with that there. My point on Alan Shearer, he seems to think that we're always deluded. It was the same with Sam Allardyce, and we're deluded now. Yet when Newcastle want to get rid of Pardew or something because they don't like the football or anything else, then they're somehow warranted because they deserve better. Honestly, the geezer's a complete hypocrite. He contradicts himself. He's basically saying Newcastle are better than us. We should accept a very, very low level and they can expect much better. It's ridiculous. From a pundit as well, who's meant to be impartial. Do you know what? I prefer Phil Thompson, really. At least he don't pretend. At least he just pretends to. He don't pretend to like anyone else. He just says he likes Liverpool. Da Pablo, please stop saying promised all the time. It drives me to despair. It's nearly as bad as are we nearly there yet? I guess he's meaning kids in the back of the car. Why are you repeating all the angst? There's no purpose to it. Moaning for the sake, in all honesty. Please stop saying promised. I promise I will stop saying promise. Definitely will. Fair points, Gonzinho. That's Simon Worley. He said another Gonzinho. Hold on, he's not the last someone in the chat, is he? He said Sullivan, Pellegrini's very mild-mannered, which naturally appeals to Sullivan and his working relationships with the manager. No doubt Pellegrini can keep us up. Beyond that, the proof will be in the transfer budget. Nathan Charles is cautiously optimistic, which is a term I love. Right, there's loads of comments. I need to start wrapping this up, really, because it's getting late. It's time to go to bed. And then what are you not doing up anyway, by the way? I was only doing this as a little pilot, a little test. I need to test that the chat worked, the sound worked, which seems fine. Boys put our flair players in straitjackets, Corky says. Ryan, hello, mate. Oh, Rondon played for Manuel at Malaga. Did he? Ryan knows his stuff. It's Ryan Guitar Hammer. He plays a guitar. His name's Ryan, and he's a hammer. He doesn't hammer his guitar, maybe. I don't know. I've never heard him play, actually. Would you have Rondon in addition to the squad as a backup striker? I need to see how the guy's going to play. But he liked Dzeko and he liked Negredo, and they were both big players. What the question is, really, what's he going to do with Andy Carroll? Is Andy Carroll going to be a bit too much of a lump for him? I mean, Negredo, whilst Negredo was a strong player, he was quite good with the ball at his feet. He was relatively mobile. Dzeko, well, you've seen him at Roma. I don't even watch that stuff, but even I can tell he's played well. He's a good player. Ryan Pope said he did. Corky Rick, do you have to eat jelly deals to be a true EastEnder? My dad was born in Canning Town and he loved them. I don't know. They are disgusting. I'm sorry. They are disgusting. Jellied eels. Listen, this is probably sacrilege, but no one wants to. No. Who eats jellied eels? Surely nobody does. Nobody does. It's old Dockers food. I understand why the Dockers used to have to eat it, but yeah. Anyway, Cracker says, yeah, Rondon was young and cheap then. No way would Pellegrini go back to him. Jack, Evening, Jack. You've arrived quite late, so I'm just about to wrap this up. Ryan Pope, did we see Cresswell being sold? I don't know. I don't like Cresswell. I think there's some players we've got to get rid of. I think there's a lot of them we've got to get rid of, really. I just don't see Cresswell as being one of them. There's nothing wrong with him. I think there's so many, and the list is long, really, that need to move on. I think if we move 5 on or something like that we need to, I think that's a big overhaul to a squad. And obviously that would mean, 5, probably even more than 5 coming in. Then do you really want to be changing 10 players over? That's going to make it very, very difficult for the manager. I think everyone, would agree on a lot of them that have got to go. And I don't know. Clayton, we've got a very unbalanced squad. Hicks Siffy says Cresswell needs to go. Defensively, he's shocking. Tony is off to bed. Good night to you, Tony. Don't thank me for the comments. They're your comments. I'm reading your comments, so don't thank me. Thank you. Have a nice kit, mate. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna leave this now. Otherwise, I'm gonna be banging on doing this. 36 minutes. It's work though. It's Deadpool 2 is shit. I watched Deadpool 1 the other day again. Anyway, thank you, Corky. Ryan the Iron. What's my most memorable childhood toy? So this is getting good now, but I need to go to bed. I used to love Scalex tricks, I really used to love that. My most memorable childhood toy, though, I've got this. It was a big Action Man tank, actually. I got it for Christmas. I don't know how I didn't know it was an Action Man tank. It was actually wrapped up in the shape of a flaming tank. But Action Men, they were big. It was a really good toy. I love that. I love that toy. Clayton's was a 10. We can see that. Right, that's it. I'm going to waffle on, but we're going to do this again. I want to do lots of this. I really want to keep getting you lot involved in it, and I'm just doing more interaction. That's what this channel is all about. I hope you're all excited. Anyway, I know what you all think because I've seen it. Some are excited, some are a little bit reticent, but I think in the main, I think everyone's very, very happy at this appointment, and I'm pleased. I'm getting a lot happy about it. I am looking forward. Night, Hixify. I'm looking forward to the first few players coming in, and I'm really looking forward to the friendlies. We've got a World Cup in between. I don't really watch that. I might get involved as it goes along. I don't know. But good night, one and all. If you're watching this in the morning, good morning. But I'm off to bed. Definitely time for bed. Thank you. You take it easy. I'm going to press end stream now. Good night, one and all.